It's crazy. I get like a lot of like a lot of crazy moments, situations, incidents happen because of the fact that I have dreads. It's crazy.
Like what? What was it?
I get to see people a lot better.
As in? Like
I know immediately like when someone's like maybe judgmental
oh,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
when someone
that's
is
true.
it's like, hey, that's nice, it's like chill, like, it's a different thing.
Correct.
Someone might just be like, oh, okay man, you have dreads, so you better like smoke. I mean, like some people have told me that and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's not how it is.
Remember when once we both were in our experimental phase with the way we look. He shaved his head. He got drunk one day, and then he got the guys to shave his head from the sides, and he had like one patch
Mohawk.
of hair here,
Yeah.
and I had like decently long hair, and I straightened it. So looked like a
And
bunch
we used
of
to
clowns.
go around. But
Go around thinking, oh,
Yeah.
cool day. No,
yeah, but then how long have you had this for? And this is your real hair, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all my real hair.
How so this has been
It's been a while, yeah. Like I've been growing my hair, cutting it, growing it, cutting it, growing it for almost like 5 years. But then I haven't cut it at all for almost like the last 2-3 years, I think.
It
now.
grows so long in just 3 years.
This is
It is pretty.
3 years is
It
a
is,
long time.
it is pretty long, dude. Like, I mean, it's...
Now you have this
and
whole
it's a long time also.
the whole routine of washing it and like
Yeah, so like it does get a bit hectic sometimes. I am also very lazy. But then it's so much more convenient than having long hair and with each of them as their own independent strands. Like, it's like, okay, I've got a hold of some of them together.
Yeah.
So they are like easier
it's
to manage.
organized now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the thing with the judgmental, like people being judgmental, like
Yeah.
to some extent you also must understand that
I understand
yeah,
you.
this
It's
is not
I
something
don't,
you're used to seeing. As a,
Yeah, and it's not that like I don't like judge them for it or anything because I'm like, yo, I understand where that's coming from.
Yeah.
When people look at me on the road, they have this weird shock because when they've seen dreadlocks, it's
Yeah.
either on like a Baba kind of a person
Yeah.
or like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Right. In India,
Yeah.
at least. Right. So now they are looking at this guy who has dreads and he looks like he's homeless also, but then he might just not be homeless because of what those slippers like he's wearing or no what shoes he's wearing,
Yeah.
whatever. He's got a bag and stuff. Where is he going? Like, it's like that's the kind of looks I get. I enjoy it because I observe people a lot.
You're
Like,
just walking
that's-
and some uncle takes his son.
It's like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
I'm sure that happens.
Yeah.
Bro, if I had my long hair, we would have looked like some Mongolian criminals on the podcast.
Oh, but that's also an artist thing, man. Like, I feel like if you're an artist, you get to experiment with your hair and pull it off.
Yeah, another thing is that I've always wanted long hair.
Yeah.
Like since I was like in school, like I would always try to grow it out, but then obviously school didn't allow it. But then so I failed my 11, and then I went to like an international school,
Yeah.
and shit was like damn easy there. So it was like peace, man. Like it was like just.
Do whatever you want.
Like, yeah, do whatever you want. Bro, I went into school and I was like looking at this chick and she had like green hair. And I'm like, yo, wait, what? Am I in college?
Yeah.
Like, what just happened? And then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, no, that's just how international schools are. So then I started growing my hair from then only. And I had this one really
One
long
long
strand. And so that like grew long time. And now it's even crazier because like in Srishti, like in college, I had like decently long hair.
Yeah.
And then suddenly one day I just had dreads and everyone was like, wait, what? How does that happen? Like suddenly how do you just do it? We thought it just happens. But like, yeah, you can get it done. Right?
The school I went to, so we had a bunch of Korean kids in my school. It wasn't an international school, but there just
Spices.
happened to be a bunch of kids from Korea. So these kids, they'd come with like purple hair and red hair. And it was against the rules. Like you're not, ideally in a school you don't have purple hair. Like, in like 5th standard. But then the school can't say anything because it's a part of their culture also. So like you don't want to go against their culture and be like, don't do this to your hair. Like
correct.
they have funky hair.
Yeah.
But then these kids, they started, like it was too much. After a point, they were like, yo, stop. And then these kids, they also have like mushroom.
What
bold hair.
was the breaking point? Like when did the teachers be like,
Highlights, like purple and green highlights, and then at one point, the other kids, like the kids from India, they were like, why should they be allowed to do it? Why can't I have long hair? And why can't I color
makes
mine?
sense.
So they were like, no. And then Koreans stopped coming to my school.